17,492 receiving yards, and 121 touchdowns over 17 seasons. I think he's a Hall of Famer for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, the fact that this guy has more tackles and drops, that automatically makes him a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's a big stat. So next, from strip club to stripped of his job, what do you think is next for Dwayne Haskins? Do you think he'll get another shot?
Dwayne Haskins, it's frustrating because when I was one of the people who used to think that Dwayne Haskins could be successful in that franchise, in that organization, but he's just very immature and he made very irresponsible decisions when the team needed him most. They were literally teetering on a playoff position, and he was going to strip clubs after the loss against the Panthers, and it was just really bad on his part. It was really bad. I mean, the team is literally built on fighters. Ron Rivera beat cancer in the same season he started coaching this team. Alex Smith overcame 17 surgeries to come back and play for the team and be with those guys. He almost lost his life.
Yes.
And you have Dwayne Haskins, who lost, played bad and lost, got benched, and went to the strip club. Like, it's just really bad. I just think that Dwayne Haskins, I don't know if he'll start again, but I think he probably will get a second chance as a backup.
I'm going to say I don't think he's going to get a second chance unless he does something, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But, I mean, when you're labeled as a distraction in the NFL, I mean, you're basically asking to not get signed by anybody. I mean, no matter how good you are. Antonio Brown, he was like a top 3 receiver when he became a distraction. And then he got signed by a couple teams and then dropped. And so many other teams don't even want him in their locker room. It's just such a, whether it's fair or not, getting labeled as a distraction is like, it's pretty bad for your career. And I'm not sure. So here's the thing, right? Even teams that are desperate for a QB didn't really look at Josh Rosen. I mean, he got signed like 2 weeks ago by the San Francisco 49ers. But, like, Josh Rosen's not even a locker room issue, and he wasn't even getting looks. You know, so why would Dwayne Haskins get looks? His play hasn't really led to that.
Yeah.
And his attitude, or at least his perceived attitude, is not going to help him at all. I think he does have a chance to come back to the NFL if he goes through the XFL.
Interesting.
Huh? I mean, the Rock's bringing back the XFL. If Dwayne Haskins shoots his shot there, I mean, he could be like a PJ Walker maybe. Obviously, he has some maturing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, once he gets past that, I really think he could make a name for himself in the XFL. And I'd say that's, in my opinion, the only real shot he has to make an NFL roster again.
I think Rivera was right when he said the release was best for both parties.
Yeah.
This is a great chance for him to grow as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, you know, being from the DMV area and, you know, going to Bullis High School and a bunch of people around you, you know, bad influences, a lot of yes men and all that kind of stuff. I feel like that definitely got to his head, made him feel like, hey, you know, these people are already behind me. I know they're behind me. Even the owner's son goes to Bullis, I think, high school. And it's just too much of bad influences around him. I think this is a good chance to get a new change of scenery. Maybe he'll learn to grow. Not like, I don't want to make it sound like, you know, comparing these two at all. Very different people. One's very successful. Dwayne Haskins not so much. But like Michael Vick, I was watching the 30 for 30 a couple weeks ago, and how when he was in the ATL area and all that stuff. Newport News and all that, when he went back there, a lot of bad influences around him. And, you know, that's why I think also he went to Atlanta to like a party or something like that. It was a couple years, like years and years ago. Mm-hmm. And I think he got like some trouble, legal trouble and all that stuff after, you know, he was already in trouble for the dogs, of course. Yeah. But he had to let go of his childhood friend because he didn't want to be in that trouble. Sometimes you gotta let go of those close friends and stuff like that. And maybe Dwayne Haskins needs to have a moment to get away from all these people around him saying things in his ear, making him believe, he can do no wrong when obviously he's done a lot wrong on and off the field.
Yeah.
When you're bragging about putting up 300 points, putting up 300 passing yards in a game you lost, which against the Ravens, that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I think that this is an opportunity for him to definitely grow somewhere else.
Yeah, and I mean Haskins, he's never not started. So I think to him getting benched was like a big slight towards him when like that really wasn't what it was about. Like I don't know, this will give him a chance to grow as a person. I definitely hope he matures. I wish the best for him, and I hope he pulls up to the XFL because that would make it a lot more exciting.
Well, there are teams that were interested in Haskins as a backup. Denver. They said reportedly Denver.
Yeah, I could see
New
that.
England. San Francisco was a point. And ironically, Carolina was as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying he'll go in any of those places, but I'm just saying the teams were interested in possibly building him up because he had a really good career, really good season, I should say, at Ohio State because he only played one full season. But his full season there was phenomenal.
I understand that, but at the same time, a lot of teams had interest in AB, even before and he never went to any of those places. He just got signed in Tampa Bay, so
yeah, but someone was vouching for him.
Yes,
Tom Brady.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a really tough road for him to come back, but I wish him the best.
Of course.
All right, so this has been like a big topic over the past, I guess, 24 hours since we've been from the time we're recording this. The Eagles and football team game. So a lot of people are saying that the Eagles should get fined or Doug